Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Big Fella, and I have a question for you. Would you sit around in a booth all day, letting strangers come by and literally tap you once and you get $1? Say you tap someone 10 times, you get $10, 100 times, $100, so on and so forth. Well, that is the plot of the video game Bloodmoney, which I recently watched a Let's Play of over the weekend by Corey X Kenshin. Shout out to Corey. If you ever watch this video, know that you are absolutely based, and I hope I get to tell you that in person someday. Now, Bloodmoney. It starts off simply enough. You're a guy, you've just been told that you need this medical operation, and the downside is, it's 25 grand. You're wondering how you can make that money, and all of a sudden, you drive along this road and you find this booth, and there's this guy just sitting there. And his name is Harvey Harvington. I believe that's his name, Harvey Harvington. And he explains to you that in this booth, you tap him once, you get $1. And you think this is pretty easy. All you gotta do is tap him 25,000 times, and your financial worries are done. Now, it sounds easy enough, but as you tap him further, as the game goes along, you can go to the shop, and more items become available. So you see, you start off simply enough with like just your finger. You're tapping him, but then you get to $100, and then a feather becomes available. And you start to tickle him with the feather. You reach $200. You get a needle. And he starts to get a little more uncomfortable. And you can see it in his demeanor and his voice. And then it starts getting crazier from there. After the nail comes a hammer. After the hammer comes scissors. After the scissors comes a match, then a knife, and then finally a gun. And literally, as I was watching Corey play this, every time he reached the amount of money you needed to buy this item, he goes and buys it. And Harvey proceeds to go through immense torture at the hands of Corey X Kenshin. Well, technically I should say the character, because Corey wasn't doing this himself. But, as you, up the ante, so does the pain that Harvey is experiencing. And there's a huge difference between someone getting tapped just by your finger, then getting tickled with a feather, then a needle, a hammer, and so on. As this kept going on, I felt a sense of dread. I felt like a pit form in my stomach, oh my god, what is he doing? And I'm just... Now, if any of you guys know me, I mean, obviously you don't know me that well, but I have a very deep sense of empathy. Even in, video games, I can't bring myself to do bad things or, say, hurt, NPCs like in Red Dead Redemption. Because then I'd feel like a major asshole. Now, for this game to happen, you are literally given the option to up the ante, because I probably should have mentioned this before, but every time you buy an item, the amount of money that you get every time, you hit him, stab him, or poke him, it goes up. With the feather, it's 2. I'm not sure how much it was with the needle, but the hammer, it basically goes up and up. The more you get more drastic, the more money you get. So basically, you're putting this guy through the ringer, and you're basically getting richer and richer every time you do it. And Corey literally, pulled the bad ending. The bad ending all the way. Because he went up, every level he amped up, and Harvey proceeded to get more and more effed up. And I wasn't even playing this game, and I felt so bad for this guy. I'm like, Corey, what are you doing, man? Can't you just go back to the other less painful items? I mean, yes, you're going to be there, all day, but at least, if you're just tickling a guy with a feather, that doesn't hurt anybody. You can still get to 25K. You just got to tap him 25,000 times. But then it really, really makes you ask the question. If you were given that option, if you had items that, say, if you bought with your current money and hitting him with these more and more extreme items gave you more money, would you take it? How much money is a person's suffering worth? That is the biggest question that I got after playing this game. After seeing Corey play this game, I should say, because I haven't played it yet. But I can just say, the bad ending, holy crap, man, that stuck with me. And even if it's a video game, the fact that, his voice actor outdid himself, because at first, he starts off cheerful and nice, but then as you get, more and more like drastic with your methods, it gets very intense. And like hearing this man break is heartbreaking. And in the end, like Corey basically got the bad ending. It was a total asshole. But he did find out that there are multiple endings to the game. A good ending, a normal ending, a bad ending, and the worst ending. And I think Corey got the worst or the bad ending. I'm not sure how you can get worse than how he did, but overall, this game, holy crap, man. It was very, very, very intense to watch. And I would not recommend it if you're squeamish. Like, if you got freaked out by Doki Doki Literature Club, which I did kind of get a vibe from this in a sense. Like, not necessarily in terms of, like, the whole setting and everything, but, like, the atmosphere and how things get progressively more and more unhinged. That's how I drew the comparison. But overall, would you guys ever want to see me do a Let's Play of this game? I mean, if you've seen Corey X Kenshin's video, you know that's the whole shtick. But if you ever want to see me try to play it, like try my hand at seeing how many times I could tap Harvey to get to 25K, please let me know. But that brings us to the end of our video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any suggestions for video games you want me to talk about or video games you'd like me to play for when Big Fella Plays finally comes around, please let me know in the comments. As always, I'm Big Fella. I'll see you next time.